It's a tradition steeped in history, spanning empires and geographies. But today, it's something known as uniquely Turkish, part of a culture long at the crossroads of civilization. Welcome to the historical world of Turkish hammams. So, how exactly did hammams become a Turkish thing? If anyone can answer that, it's Elizabeth Kurumlu, a woman with a passion for all things hammam.
It is easily correct to say that it was during the Ottoman era that the hammam culture actually got its shape. There's a reason why it's called the Turkish bath. It's not named any other nation's name, but it's called the Turkish bath. And yes, it all happened during the Ottomans. As the Ottoman Empire started expanding, the hammam culture started expanding also. And by the time of the 15th century, when the Turks conquered Constantinople, the hammam started flourishing in Istanbul. By the 16th century, during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent, it came to the peak. It was the golden times for the hammams. We got the idea from the Romans, but the Romans got the idea from the Greeks. But before the Greeks, actually, we know as a fact from the excavations that the Hittites were utilizing a bathing culture. But when we refer to the Turkish baths, there are some new additions. The architecture of a hammam is extremely important because it has to reflect the traditions of the Turks. It is like a Roman bath, but the Turks implemented many things because they had to adapt it. For me, the two words summarize it: the kese, the mitt, and the soap massage, the bubble massage. Also the use of water. We use water everywhere, running water. That's crucial for us.
For centuries, hammams held a central place in Turkish social life, but there were times when that was not the case.
By 1950s, the gentrification project started in Istanbul, urban gentrification. The buildings of the hammams, which were already in decay, were left. Some of them were demolished. By 1950s, plumbing for the first time came into the houses. And people started having their own baths in their homes. Therefore, there was no need for a public bath. So that was the major decline point in our history for the Turkish hammams. And then afterwards, the hammams got a bad name. They were not considered clean places.
Fast forward to today, and Turkish hammams and its entire culture is having its moment again. And it's not just an attraction for the millions of tourists that pour into the country, as the younger Turkish generation seems to have also found what hammams are really all about.
The last 15 years or so, I see that there's a huge uprising again, and especially among the young people. It all started with the henna parties, believe it or not. It's the version of a bridal party. So you come to a hammam and you have your hand dyed with a henna. It's a very, very old tradition. And I see that now it's back on the scene. And then the media coverage, together with the government's efforts, has seriously given an uprise to the hammams. When we consider the hammam culture today in modern Turkey, the foremost city is definitely Istanbul. Then comes Bursa. Believe it or not, people don't think about it, but Eskişehir is thriving with hammams. But no matter where you go, any part of Turkey, you'll find a hammam. It is like a trend. It comes and goes, but I do see new hammams popping up everywhere. What I believe within the next 20 years or so, it will change some form, but there will be more and more hammams popping up because now people are getting aware that it's a very healthy thing to do.